What's good, YouTube? In this video we'll be taking a look at whether or not the Samsung S21 is still worth it in 2022. If you like this kind of content or find this kind of content helpful, leave a message down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. So with the recently announced Samsung S21 FE, Samsung has once again released a more affordable version of its flagship phone, just under a year after the S21 has been released. And the Samsung S21 FE is a great phone. However, if you can get the Samsung S21 at a deal at this point in time after its release, I'm here to say that it's actually quite a great deal and a lot of bang for your buck. Its spec sheet has held up well over the 1 year that it's been released, and the 64 megapixel shooter combined with 8K video and a zoom lens makes the back camera apparatus still fairly competitive even with releases like the Google Pixel 6 and the iPhone 13. So if you can get this at below MSRP, in my opinion, it's a steal for the camera alone. Yes, it does have a 1080p screen, but so does the Google Pixel 6 and also the recently released Samsung S21 FE. In regards to the design, while the S21 FE does have a great single color profile, I do prefer the two tones on the various colorways of the Samsung S21. As it's the more premium version compared to the FE, the aluminum railing and the aluminum casing really makes for a nice premium flagship finish. With the hood, you of course get the Snapdragon 888, a 4000 mAh battery, USB-C charging, and 8 GB of RAM, all standard for flagships in 2022. So with this chipset, the S21 still is quite competitive and operates as a fast and smooth flagship phone. And opening apps and using the phone's resources is something the S21 is up for. Of course, the battery is a little bit smaller than a lot of people may be comfortable with, but for my own use, I found it to be fine. So if you can get this for a lower price point and you don't mind having a slightly smaller battery than some of the comparables on the market, then the S21 is a really compelling option. For this, some nicer bonuses include the zoom lens, which isn't available for some of the competitors at this price point, as well as wireless charging, which is a few extra tricks in the bag that make the S21 a little bit more attractive than some of the other competitors in its segment. And the IP68 waterproof rating is something that really makes it a flagship phone. So beyond the actual spec sheets on paper, what I really do like about the Samsung S21 compared to, let's say, the Pixel series or even the iPhone series is just the design and the feel of the phone. The bezels on this phone are quite small, and even though its screen is a lower resolution than, let's say, either the iPhone 12 or even the iPhone 13, I prefer the curved glass bezel. It's a cheaper display, no doubt, but for some reason, just the way that Samsung has laid out the display with respect to the bezels and the borders of the phone make it very pleasing to use, in my opinion. And the other large component that I look for in a flagship phone, of course, is the camera. And while the Google Pixel 6 and the iPhone 13 do have similar quality cameras, at this point I think it's a matter of taste between the three giants in the camera department. The Samsung series, of course, is known for a punchier look, and thankfully Samsung has dialed this back a little bit over the years for a little bit more of a real-life accurate color profile. And I actually found that the S21 was a little bit more sharp in some areas of performance than the back shooter on my iPhone 13. So a great design coupled with a really nice laid out screen and a more than capable shooter makes the S21 a very compelling offer, particularly after the S21's cheaper cousin, the FE, has been announced. What do you think? Is the S21 still a great flagship phone almost 1 year after its release? Leave a message down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.